Welcome to today's another episode of my workout routine that I'll be sharing with you guys. So today I'll be training shoulders. So you want to get big and strong round shoulders, so follow my workout. So my shoulders workout actually is broken up into a few different exercises. I like to start with body weight handstand push-ups first because number one, handstand push-ups is actually relatively challenging. It forces you to stabilize, it forces you to be upside down. So it's a bit more different than doing a traditional shoulder press or barbell shoulder press or with dumbbells or machines. But personally, I have been doing calisthenics for a while, so I actually enjoy doing handstand shoulder press as my first exercise to warm up first because I like to challenge myself. And so one of my goals is to accomplish doing a freestanding handstand without the wall support. So if you are confident enough, try adding them into your routine. But if you're not, please don't do so. So stay tuned for the first exercise, the handstand push-ups. So first exercise that I'll be doing is the handstand push-ups. So one key point when you're doing the handstand push-ups, right, your palm must be clenched a bit. Don't spread out flat. So when you clench your palms a bit, right, it gives you a bit more strength to kind of like stick to the ground, you know, kind of like Spider-Man, or maybe you're like a monkey. No, but anyway, just like it gives you a better grasp because you're kind of like able to clench and stabilize better. A second thing is that you don't want to put your wrist like this way. You want to keep your wrist slightly outwards. Alright? Then third thing is that you want to kind of keep your core engaged, because if your core is not engaged, right, it's going to be very difficult for you to stay in this upright position. Then the last thing is that you want to imagine you are pushing yourself away from the ground. You really got to push as much as you can away from the ground. So this is some of the key points that I can give for improving your handstand. I'll be dropping another video to show how can you unlock the handstand. So stay tuned for that. Now I'm going to move on to my second exercise, dumbbell shoulder press. Pew! So my first exercise that I'll be doing is actually a dumbbell seated shoulder press. So there's two differences between having a bench and not having a bench. When you have a bench, right, it's actually much easier because your back is supported and you're more stable. So you might have the output to push heavier weights for yourself. But then again, depends on the availability of the machines that you have in your gym. So a few key points to take note when you are doing your shoulder press. For me, I would like to set the bench angle at about 80 degrees, 80 to 85, which is about here, because number one, like most people might not have very good shoulder mobility. So this position for you to push overhead might be relatively difficult. So if you are in a 90-degree angle here, then your range of motion for your shoulder, you can only push like that. So you want to set it like about 80 degrees, which is more reclined and easier for you to push it upright. And also, it can protect your shoulder joint from getting hurt. So that's one of my suggestions for you to try to do. Have an 80-degree bench or 85 degrees. The way I set it up, because I'm a bit short, you know, lols, I'm very short. So I have to modify a little bit, add some weights for myself to step on it so that I have a bit more footing for myself, and also I can keep stable. Because the thing is that when you do your shoulder press, right, you want to be stable and you want to be comfortable. So 4 key points. Number one, 80 to 85 degrees bench. Number two, make sure you have a good proper footing for the ground. Number three, you want to think of the dumbbells going away from you. So form an L shape here, then you slowly push it above your head. Then the last one is that you want to make sure you can control the rep. Keep it stable, slowly push it up and slowly push it down. Control it, alright? Stay tuned for my next exercise. So I'm doing my third exercise, which is a single arm cable lateral raise. Why I like it a lot, because actually partially besides being functional exercise for your shoulders and also exercise for you to build mass in your middle delt, it's actually good because it gives you the both benefits, function and muscle size. So you need actually a good cable machine that has a smooth cable, so the thing must be oiled so that it's easy for you to lift up and down. That's one of the first key points. Second key point is that, right, you want to make sure that you pick a weight that's not too heavy, so that when you lift up, right, you are very stable and only your arm is actually lifting upwards. Your body is not jerking. Fourth thing is that you want to stand a little bit in front of the cable. And let's say if you're doing your right hand, you should be a little bit more to your right side. So if you are doing your left hand, you should be in front of the cable a little bit and a bit more to your left side. So ideally you want to do about 8 to 10 reps of each. Then you finish a set, right? You want to rest about a minute or so. I know it's raining today, if you can see, but actually I find raining day for me, right? Actually it makes it more motivating to train. So stay tuned for my next exercise. So for my fourth exercise that I did today is actually a Y raise, chest supported Y raise. Okay, it's also another functional exercise because it trains your traps here to be stronger. So the thing about it is that it's actually a good exercise for you to improve your shoulder stability, body stability, and also helps you to train your medial delts too. Because I like to incorporate some of the functional exercise because number one, right, it helps you to get more stronger stabilizers, because your traps, right, and your back are important stabilizers for yourself. So they are good to get stronger also. So my last exercise is basically a reverse cable flies, which I did. So it trains the back part of your shoulder here. So what you need to do, right, is just to chop down and chop down and chop down. So it helps you to strengthen the back part of your shoulder, which in turn helps you to stabilize your shoulder overall when you're doing pressing movements, chest movements, or back movements, or especially when you're doing any curling motions, right? It helps to keep your arm muscle more stable. So it's a benefit of doing that. So 4 things to think of. Number 1, you need to stand away from the cable. Let's say if you're doing your left arm, you need to take 3 steps or 2 steps back, alright? Then you need to move a bit to your left, so you bring the cable downwards here. Then if you are doing on the right side, it's the same thing, you flip the other way, you stand further behind and more to your right. So you want to pick a weight that's not too hard for you, so that you don't have to jerk or bring it down, just need to slowly chop it down. Then the third thing is that you want to keep your core engaged, tense your core, keep your body stable, you shouldn't be jerking. Then the last one, you should try to do at least 8 reps, 3 sets. When you finish a set, you rest about 60 seconds to 90 seconds depending on your programs that you are doing. So thanks for watching today's video. So let me do a recap for my exercise sequence. First, I started with the handstand push-ups. Second, I did a dumbbell shoulder press on the chest. Dumbbell shoulder press on the bench. My bad, I said wrongly. Third exercise I'm doing is a single arm cable lateral raise for the medial delt. Okay. Fourth exercise I'm doing a chest supported Y raise, also another movement for your medial delt and your traps. Then the last exercise I'm doing is a simple rear delt cable fly. So in essence, I train all my shoulder heads already. So like, share, comment if you find the video helpful, useful, that I'm actually breaking down my training content for you to know, and also give me a comment what other content you want to see, maybe breaking down different parts of trainings, or you want me to talk about nutrition or what. So, or if you want to reach out to me for personal training or online coaching, send me an email, the contents below, alright? I will be happy to help you get progress in your fat loss journey, the muscle building journey, your physique transformation journey. So stay tuned. Peace out. Thanks. Bye.